right before the podcast. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So, oh, did she put my butter? Ooh, I don't know if she put my butter on there or not.
Oh, look at you over here trying to think you a chef and everything, bro.
Hey man, look man,
All
Pops
right,
taught me well.
we
You
in
know
the
what I'm saying?
pre-show. Let's see.
Okay.
Test.
They got
Yeah, you
dos
good. Yeah,
minutos.
yeah. Don't make me come to Atlanta and have to show you out. God dang it.
Oh
We
my
do
god.
Texas down here in state. Oh
Yeah,
my
hey Rob,
God.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
have
definitely gonna
to
be on the
I'm gonna have
stage
to
now.
come out there and come see you, and we can kick it.
Yeah, he closer to you, so you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying. That
it's
well, how
it's
far?
only
That's
what
what like
3 hours.
oh,
No,
fuck both of y'all.
Jacksonville to Butte, shit, that shit like it was like 4 or 5. It was like 6 hours actually,
You niggas
Hold
but
on,
it's all right.
it's not that far.
It ain't that
Yeah, yeah,
bad.
it's
Not gonna
probably
lie,
about
I can
five
use
five
the
six
help. So
hours.
you know,
you niggas ain't shit.
soon as baby girl is born,
Uh huh.
you can go whenever, wherever we want.
Man, 5 hours ain't nothing though. That's nothing to drive out
It's a
there
hop,
on,
skip,
on a
jump.
weekend.
Hey, it's a hop, skip, jump. It's a hop, skip, jump. Hop, skip,
Hmm.
jump.
I gotta go see my guy Blake too.
Yeah, what? He's another what? 7?
He 4 from me. He four
Oh,
hours away from me.
oh, well, damn.
Oh my god, boy, this shit here.
It's hidden.
Oh, podcast time.
Yep.
All right,
Uh,
it's over.
oh man. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hold on, y'all ready? You ready? You ready?
you know I'm always ready.
Yep.
Hit that live button for the Zoom, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Recording in progress.
Here we go. Hey, it's Friday, y'all. It's your boy, Freaky Friday, the one and only DJ Chef is in the building. Hey, this episode is always brought to you. Don't say stay thirsty, my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Becky and this good ass snake too.
And at the end of the show, you know your boy DJ Chef take the one and only shot that Terramana,
Yeah.
Tequila, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Holla at your boy. Perfectly Balanced Podcast. We anything. Rob, while you over there chewing on plates and shit. Let's go.
All right, between bites. What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome back to another episode of the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. Just a panel of brown people have a good conversation over here. I am your host, Rob. Who else we got in the building?
You know what I say, baby. It's the king of the stimmy checks. If you ain't saving up your stimmy checks and you done spent all your money, we're gonna chat. We're gonna help you to get back on. We're gonna show you some things, some tricks and trades of the civilian land. The one and only DJ Chef.
We're gonna try to at least. We are by
Yeah.
no means accountants or financial advisors.
We're just gonna show you how to play the video game called real life. That's all.
That's right. And it's me, KG, in the building.
You
Now
hear me?
permanent guest to the
Yep.
Perfectly
Yep.
Balanced
permanent,
podcast. And I'm in the
permanent
building.
member.
I'm in here in this bitch for real, for life.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we
Yeah,
had
and I
this.
still got to work on my moniker, so I'm thinking about, it's me, KG.
I like the
Hey,
I like
PhD.
the
I like
hold
the
on,
W. I
PhD.
hold
like
I
on.
it.
like the
Let me
PhD.
finish it. Let me finish it up because it breaks up in two spots. So it's me, KG, aka Dr. Graves, no PhD.
Mm,
Okay.
Bars.
okay. Bars. Bars. Gotta say bars at the end. Every episode, you gotta say bars at the end of it.
Yeah.
Have to. But yeah, man, we are back. Back at it again on this Freaky Friday. Today, September 10th, day before a horrific day in our country, 9/11, 20 years ago,
Amen.
tomorrow. But before we get to talking about the drag of that unfortunately sad day, let's talk about last night. Last night, if you didn't know, now you know. Tampa Bay Buccaneers faced off against the Dallas Cowboys in the season opener of the
Took that.
NFL
Took
in
a L.
Tampa Bay, Florida, where where the Tom Brady led Tampa Bay Buccaneers uh in the final, what was it, minute? It was about a
Minute and 24
minute
seconds.
24 seconds left on the clock. Uh Tam- Tom Brady just had too much time, and he did what he does all the time. Okay, came through with the W. Of course, he didn't need the score, so he just got within field goal range. He actually threw 3 of them out of bounds.
Clutch.
Just to run the clock back, right?
My petty listening level is at an all-time high right now. Shouts out to all you faithful, diehard Cowboy fans out there. I took Tom Brady, baby.
You see our new member rocking the full Cowboy attire. Now listen.
Ride or die. Ride or die. Win, lose, or draw.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, Mike. So, Tampa Bay won 31-29. Now, with that being said, Cowboys, you should not hang your head at all. That was a fantastic game. Okay? Dak Prescott returned. Amari Cooper had some incredible grabs. CeeDee Lamb, yeah, he dropped a couple, but it's fresh back into the game, but he had an incredible game. Now, of course, Zeke didn't really run much because Tampa Bay has a great rushing defense. So it's tough to run against them. So they didn't run too much. But Dak had an amazing game. Should not hang his head at all. That was a fantastic game. Because honestly, if we're all being honest here, that was supposed to be a fucking blowout. That was supposed to be like the fucking homecoming game. Okay, when you play a sorry ass team.
70-5. Yeah. 70-5.
It's supposed to be a fucking blowout. That's what it was supposed to be. However, Cowboys was hanging in that thing. They had 4 turnovers forced against Tampa Bay, man. 4 to 1. Matter of fact, it was a 4-to-1 turnover ratio. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Dallas turned the ball over like flipping a fucking coin, man. They turn that shit over all the time. Regular season. But they turned that shit up one fucking time. That's damn. Yeah, we finna set it off in this motherfucker. They set that motherfucker off. But you know what though? I think it was the mentality coming into the game because they had absolutely nothing to lose. They were already expected to lose that game. They're playing against the 2020 Super Bowl champions in the Super Bowl champion stadium.
Yep.
It's you're expected to get blown the fuck out. So they were like, fuck it.
So it could have gone one or two ways. They could have had that huge amount of pressure weighing on them and be like, oh man, here we go. And start the season off with going against the Super Bowl champions away from home and let it get to them. But, true hearts of champions don't let shit like that get them down. So they definitely had a chip on their shoulder and they had to play to prove that they know running the mill team.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Dak didn't look like he was injured at all. Like they said he had tore something under his his arm or whatever, his like right in his rib area. He had tore something in his throwing arm. He was throwing the ball without a hitch. Now a couple of them was a little short.
You threw for 400.
400. 400. Plus, he had a couple that was a little short. It was a little short, but it wasn't to the point where you was like, it's because of his arm is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking snapper fumbled the ball. He picked that bitch up and threw a dot. TD. Like, no pressure, backed up, bing, in the corner of the end zone. Like, he didn't look like he rushed. Now, here, the big thing was, is Dak Prescott going to rush? Is he going to rush because coming off of that ankle injury or that high ankle injury, it was sketchy. You know what I'm saying? He rushed one time because it was a busted play.
Yeah.
That you could tell like he didn't mean to rush. Is that the DJ Tops?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew I recognized his name.
DJ Tops in the building, y'all.
Yeah,
What's
DJ
up,
Tops in the building. Appreciate you joining us today, man. He said not a Cowboys fan, but they looked good last night. Yeah, that's facts. They looked real good last night.
Yeah.
They look like hot trash, losing.
But you know what though? If they play every game like that,
they'll be a force to reckon with.
They gonna be a problem this season. Now I'm still pissed off that I traded Amari Cooper in my fantasy. But I still got CeeDee Lamb, and I had let's not forget
What?
my boy AB came back with a monumental night.
Yeah.
4 catches. 4 catches.
Oh, and one of them was a 40-yard over the shoulder TD.
Yeah.
What?
Stop and go. Bitch, I got you. Keep it going.
But he did it so casual. It looked like young AB, yo. He did it so casual. He was just like, nah, I ain't getting it. Foul, I'm out of there. Like that shit was beautiful.
You told that boy, get your weight up. Weight room. I lift.
Bro, like he had an amazing night. Gronk had an amazing night. 2 TDs. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a good night for Tampa Bay, honestly. I was a little pissed off because don't hate me, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm a Falcons fan, but I do have Tom Brady as my starting QB. I got Lamar Jackson too.
You playing Russian roulette with Lamar Jackson, bro.
He's the highest rushing QB in the league. I have to get him. That's numbers. That's numbers all day. That's numbers all day. I have to.
I'm with Stephen A. Smith. You're not elite until you can throw for 400 yards consistently.
The motherfucker can score 4 TDs a game by his damn self without throwing the ball. I mean, you have to. I have to. You know what I'm saying? I have to draft him. I have to. Now, but yeah, man, like it was an amazing night, and yes, I was a little upset at Tom Brady going into the second half. That motherfucker threw an unnecessary interception. Like, bro, come on, bro. That's fucking up my numbers. he was fucking with my numbers. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that like I want to implement this. Can we do this, y'all? Can we do this?
Go for it.
Can we start talking fantasy this season? I want to start talking fantasy football this season.
Wednesday. I'll let you have fantasy on Wednesday. So that way
because that'll set up the whole weekend.
Yeah, that'll be the whole weekend because we'll get Thursday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
Coming in on Wednesday, boom. We got all the information going into the next week because the next game is on Thursday. I like that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
DJ Shep says you're welcome. Yes.
Well, I won't be participating in that one because I'm still like low key boycotting the NFL a little bit.
But you rocking a whole Cowboys gear.
But that's different from watching it.
True.
So
okay, but do you watch it though? Do you watch
I haven't. I didn't watch the game.
Okay. So
I just looked at reviews.
At the highlights and shit?
Yeah, the highlights.
So
Rob, this fool was in the bed already at kickoff.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. No, I had a 3 a.m. showtime today, man. I had to be up at 3.
It's like, I'm out of there.
Got you. But okay, so explain that to me. For the people out there listening that don't understand why people are boycotting the NFL still after what is it, 3 years now?
Yep.
3, 4 years, 3-4 seasons now?
Yep.
Why are people still boycotting the NFL?
Support.
Why are you?
Why am I? It's until Kaepernick comes back. I'm done with that.
And this is where people and I differ. I have a different perspective on Cap.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
1,000% respect what he did. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Without question. And I know why he did it. I understand why he did it. And I'm for it. Here's the kicker. He had an opportunity to come back into the league. And he didn't take it. So at that point, I can't be, until, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to fight the good fight until this man gets he had an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take it. So at that point, it's no longer I'm fighting for him to get back into the league. I'm still fighting for, social justice, and fighting against police brutality. Sure.
Yep.
But for Cat to get back in the league, I'm not fighting for that no more. I can't fight for that no more.
So, and I agree with you 100% that he could have came back. If it was any time for him to come back, it was last season.
Facts.
with
agree.
with what was going on
With George Floyd and
with George
everything.
Floyd, last
Everything.
season was the time for him to come back. And now that Black Lives Matter has so much support, again, like I don't want to even get into that because that's two sides of the coin. Black Lives Matter, the movement versus the organization, two different things.
Very different things.
Very two different
Sure.
things.
A lot of people don't understand that though.
And a lot of people
really
don't.
do not understand that.
They don't understand that. So
They're not synonymous with each other.
yeah.
They say they have the same name, but they're not synonymous.
They're not the same thing. So and again, like the movement, Black Lives Matter, everybody understands that. Everybody can flow with that. Everybody, you know, resonates with it.
Mm-hmm.
But what's it's been hijacked by a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of other people, trying to deliver a bad message or capitalize on it. So that's probably why he didn't come back because there was so much confusion with it. His Nike deal, all those freaking commercials. I was like, oh yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back. But it's all about the money. But
He got paid, no doubt.
again, he got paid. But he's about his message and his
True.
money that he got from sponsorships when he
Not to
wasn't
mention
playing.
the NFL, because that nigga got paid in the NFL.
He got paid in the
I don't know what we
NFL
said.
also, but all of his proceeds he put toward charities in San Francisco.
I don't know if I believe that.
You don't know if you believe it.
I don't know if I believe it.
I
Here's why.
I don't believe all of his money went toward that.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you can
Yeah.
donate, sure. Not that I don't believe that he didn't donate.
Yeah.
It's, when you said all of it went to nah, bro.
No.
Nah, bro. I can't believe that. You got a how many $1 million house and a few $100,000 cars?
Yep.
Nah, nigga, you didn't just dump all that money on people you don't know. You didn't.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And you would think that somebody with that much influence or that much hate, there would be like a foundation, and then he would be getting a lot more publicity, a lot more attention toward that. But again, we're living in a world where positivity isn't really put out there very often,
True.
and negativity in the news sells.
What
That's
you
what
got,
gets
Shug?
the most attention. So
What
so
you got, Shug?
and that's what put him on in the first place because people were like, "What the fuck is he doing?" This pompous asshole is doing all of this, and he got the attention that he needed.
It took
And
away from the shield.
yeah, and then and people were not really worried about the game, and people kneeling for shit.
You see that
Like
stop though,
I
didn't you?
I if you want to do that to protest, we live in America. You got the freedom to do whatever it is that you want.
Now, this coming from service members, ladies and gentlemen. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that's known.
It does come from a serviceman. We fight for your freedom to do that, and I respect it because you're using that to protest whatever it is. No matter what type of protesting it is, you have the freedom to do that because I've been in places where that's disrespect and it won't be tolerated.
But see, and this is the other issue because we talked about this before.
Yeah.
We talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
You know how people say,
Yeah.
support the troops, right?
Yeah.
So what Cap did was go talk to the troops. Hey, sitting down seems wrong. What would make y'all satisfied with my protest and not be disrespectful
Right.
towards you all? Because I don't want to be disrespectful towards our service members,
service women,
vets.
Yeah.
None, I don't want to be disrespectful. And multiple high up service members said, sitting does seem disrespectful. Kneeling is seen as a sign of respect. So kneel.
Yep.
It's done amongst royalties, so why is it a problem?
Yep.
It's done in football.
Yep.
You haven't been to practice. You haven't been to practice.
When somebody gets hurt.
One knee.
Yep. So and then there was like, okay, you know what? Don't even show up on the field when the national anthems come out. When it's all said and done. But again, that delivers another message. he's not getting his point across. So his point was, the systemic racism that goes on. I can't support the he's using the national anthem to make his protest known. And again, like that's the platform
Yeah.
that he's using. He has mass amount of influence. People can be any type of way that they want to, and then it caught wildfire. Everybody else started doing it at high school games, college, all types of the
Everywhere.
Olympics,
Yep.
Yep.
and then it just took the life of its own. But that's that's one of my niches that I will do all the time on the show. It's
Mhm.
I'm the conspiracy king, the
Look.
king of controversy. So
Yeah.
when if there's anything that's controversial in the news, in the media, I'm gonna put my spin on it, and I'm gonna leave it up to people to put their own spin on it and open up conversation.
Why they got white rice instead of black rice?
So
Look.
and
Paul,
again, like
hey,
I'm what you call pro American. I'm
Mm,
very pro American.
I like
Um,
that.
the things that we fight for, the things that I've seen anywhere, everybody has the right. If you want to be gay, you can be gay. Like I support you. You do your thing, but don't push your
Your
ideas on
narrative.
me. Expect me to be gay, also. Like I'm
Yes.
like
Speaking of that.
understand where I'm coming from, and you understand. I understand where you're coming from. Don't push it toward me, and which means leads me to another conversational or controversy topic. So I saw this.
but before you get
Oh,
started
okay,
on that,
yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta throw my 35 cents in there.
Okay,
Look
okay,
at
okay.
this. Like Paul Mooney said.
Hey, 35 cents, 2 quarters. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 85
Shouts out to 85 South. Some of y'all caught that. Some of y'all caught that. Yeah, I mean, like you said, the whole Kaepernick thing took flame. It lit like a wildfire. But in the great words of the late Paul Mooney, everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a
It's
nigga.
time to be a nigga. Now, you said something very I
Controversial.
wanted to talk about before, but we didn't have much time in the last 2 episodes.
Okay,
The pushing the narrative of what you are or claim to be or whatever you're whatever, right?
right.
Along those lines, let's talk about Mr. Lil Nas X.
Okay, all right. So if we're going to
I got
be, this is 2021, so you got to announce your pronouns
We got to
everywhere.
get into it.
Uh,
We got to talk about it.
I'm gonna try to keep it professional as much as possible, but not professional. So all my guys know where this joke come from. I identify it as an Apache attack helicopter. Uh,
Look, I'm like Lil Bootsy. I'm not fixing to waste my time talking about that nonsense.
so
But
and
see,
again, like that's I don't no diss to people that
Little
that
Nas
want
X.
to announce their pronouns. That's fine and dandy, but don't expect everyone to conform to that. Like that's it's crazy. It's crazy to expect everyone to do what you do. That's borderline like communist. If you want to, we live in a world of freedom. There's Muslims, there's Asians, there's all walks of life of people. Let people
People,
be.
yeah.
Let them do what they want to do. If as long as it's not hurting you, who gives a fuck?
let him do.
Like who
DJ
gives
DJ
a shit?
Top said, "Lil Soul, that Soul X."
That sounds about
But
right.
see, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I I just don't understand, and this is again, this is not a shot towards the LGBTQIAA.
Artist too.
It's a lot of letters plus, and it's like no disrespect at all. When you say, "Okay, I am this way," right? I identify as whatever, right? That's a very personal decision, or maybe it's not a decision to you, or whatever you want to call it. That's very personal to you. That doesn't mean that just because it's personal to you, that I and everyone else around you must say, I agree with what you claim or what you identify. I agree with it, because everybody doesn't. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying everybody doesn't. So when you go and do certain things to say, like, don't get me wrong, I understand I don't fully understand because I'm not, but I get the push for acceptance. I
Yeah.
get that. I 1,000% understand that. 1,000% understand that. However, don't push me to accept you.
I'll accept. It's almost like saying, "Let me accept you on my terms."
On my terms.
I'm going to respect you as a person, who you are, who I know you to be.
And that's all it should be. It shouldn't be you must accept me. It should be respect me and my decision. Period.
Period.
Period. Fuck acceptance. I don't have to accept you to respect you.
But
I don't.
Exactly.
So in order for you, and the fact that this is just my personal feelings about it. Could be wrong. Could be 1,000% wrong. Could be 1,000% wrong. DJ Tops, you're absolutely right. Don't push me.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Hey, leave the babies alone. Leave the babies out of it.
Oh, I was just about to talk about that. I was just about to say that.
We was leading into that.
Leading into. So that whole thing about like letting the child up until the age of 4 or 5 years old be whatever that they want to be, and then at that time at 5 years old, then they can decide what it is. Like we talked about this before. Children do not care about that unless you push it to them, unless it's pushed out to them. So I just saw this like video this morning, and it just made me sick to my stomach because I was like, oh, this is being pushed to little kids now in their face, and it's the Baby Muppets. So this video, if you guys get the chance to see it, is Baby Muppets, and Gonzo is sitting there like Baby Gonzo, and they're like, it's a spin on Cinderella. So they're like, oh man, we found this glass slipper. We don't know who it belongs to, the princess or whoever that was there. It was in a beautiful dress, and lo and behold, Gonzo whoop de whoop changes into the dress, and he's like, yeah, that was me. I didn't want you guys to know. I wanted you guys to accept who I was. And I was like,
That's
like, really?
Why?
This is maturest content being pushed to little kids.
This is what frustrates me about this fucking country.
Yep.
When did we get to the point where we are like, everyone is everything is acceptable?
Right.
No matter what it is, everything is acceptable except being black.
Say it one more time.
Truth bomb has
people in the back.
now okay, and then the other part to my segments is playing devil's advocate. So I'm going to punch holes in any type of theory, even though it's wanted or not wanted. And again, so you said black acceptance. That's it's not being allowed. I would argue that, saying that actually black acceptance is more wanted now than it was in the past.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and black
I'm
culture,
back, yeah.
black culture as a whole is more acceptable. It's more mainstream than anything than it was before. But laws, certain things that happen in real life, outside of that, still working on it.
So that's the question.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about mainstream?
Hmm.
What matters are the laws.
But these issues that are being pushed, they're being pushed mainstream.
Yeah, but okay,
Black acceptance,
black
and
acceptance has been pushed.
it's not
It's
being
been pushed for decades now.
right.
It's 2021. It's been pushed for decades. Mainstream media. We've had this social media giant
Yeah.
for a little more than a decade now. It's been pushed.
Right.
Where are the laws to follow? Because, and I say that because we have a president who is, and this is no disrespect.
Yeah.
We have a president who said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Look, Uncle Joe wasn't on his pills when he said
that,
okay?
So
Uncle Joe,
and
Uncle Joe, he ain't meant it, man. He ain't meant it.
So, if you
want
want to use that excuse, that he wasn't on his pills, that's fine. When he got in office, were there any
exactly what I'm about to get into?
yeah, were there any
So
laws to help?
You said if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Then you got into office and you made a law making it illegal to commit a crime against someone of
Asian descent.
or Pacific Islander
Yep.
descent. You
Yep.
made it illegal.
And then on top of that, gay rights were ahead of that. And we're like, and I'm sitting in the background and I'm like, oh, this is the same shit, different story. Same shit, different story. Like, and again, like he doesn't make the policies himself. It's Congress that pushed it. Like, hey, this is what our constituents want. This is the forefront. Instead of like everybody's like, yo, what's going on with us? We've been talking about this for the longest time, and we had a racist president in office, in air quotes, and then what you said you were going to fix it, and nothing happened. So politicians will be politicians to get votes.
But us. And then not only that, you have a black woman next to you.
Don't get me started on that.
Oh,
and like we bypassed.
Don't
we
get me started
bypassed.
on
No,
that.
no. We gotta talk about it. We bypassed the amount of black men and women she put incarcerated in California. We bypassed that.
Yep.
And said, fuck it. She's a black woman. We gonna get her ass in office.
Yep.
We got her in office. And the script was flipped.
Totally flipped.
You appeased everyone but us. I'm lost. Because what is gonna go back and make me vote for you again? What is going to make me say this is the president that is going to support me? We had a black one.
Mm-hmm.
And we understood he can't really do too much for us because he's the black one.
Right.
We understood. You know what? When we first got him in there, we was like, oh, he gonna fix all our problems. He gonna eradicate the KKK and the alt-right and all that shit. He gonna fix everything. And he said, nah, I got to go by the book. I got to follow what they doing because I'm the black one.
Yep.
I have to walk on eggshells. Like DJ Thompson said, we got to walk on eggshells. I have to walk on eggshells, even though I'm the leader of the free world, quote unquote.
Right.
I still have to walk the beat. I got to.
I mean, he was blocked so many times in Senate and Congress that it was freaking unfair.
He was blocked strictly because of that too.
Yeah. So that the things again, like he being a politician in that high seat of power, like nothing gets done without the right money supporting you.
I don't know, because Stacey Abrams out here changing the whole game.
So
I can't see because when people make that argument,
uh
they can't. It's because it's
well,
one that's
I have
proving.
a counterpoint, a counter argument to that. So when Trump was in office, he had his own money. He had his own gang of supporters, and the stuff that he wanted to get done, he got it done. That proves to you money does rule the world, move things. So as much as Congress tried to stop him, certain things got done regardless because he had the financial backing, he had the money. He had tons of people backing him. He had millions of supporters. He was holding the bag. He didn't flex it, but the name in itself carries a lot of weight. And that's how he was able to do the things that he needs to do. Again, a career politician, Joe Biden, should be able to get all the shit done that he needs to get done without even blinking an eye. He's been in office. He's a career politician. He's been in there like nearly half a century.
It's been 50 years.
50 years. Like, come on. This is not
what the fuck you doing.
You know what you're doing. This isn't your first rodeo, which makes me so aggravated about and it makes me so mad, like what happened in Afghanistan, because I was like, this is beyond crazy. Like,
So what upsets you about Afghanistan?
so let's break it down into multiple points. Everybody agrees 100% that we should have left. That us leaving was the right thing. Everybody wanted to pull the troops. What made me mad is about how we left.
Same.
And I kind of talked about this a couple of sessions ago. It's like, okay, some experiences that I had over there was like this. The Afghan army. This is what when you guys talked about it, and I was like in the comments, typing, and I was like, the Afghan army is corrupt. The Afghan government is corrupt. So it was bound to fail eventually. It wasn't supposed to fail that fast. Nobody expected that. No matter what people say, nobody was expecting it to fail that fast. But people that have been over there knew that these guys are not ready to defend their own nation. Like, half of the time, these guys I'm talking about the Afghan soldiers. They're high. They had they couldn't read. The literacy rate is like 80%. Like, how do you expect them to to listen and be an effective military against the Taliban? So the Taliban in itself, they have their own structure, and again, like I'm not like supporting the Taliban on this, but
they're more organized.
They're more organized. They were more prepared, and we just gave them freaking everything that we had. And that's the other thing that pissed me off. It was like, if we knew that this was gonna fail, like, we spent trillions of dollars over the past 20 years over there building infrastructure, trying to help this country out, and then it falls like that fast. That
was a waste of money.
Waste of talk about fraud, waste, and abuse.
Return on investment on that.
No, absolutely no return on investment. ROI. Just horrible. And it's we can laugh about it because it's like, man, this is. I don't see Uncle Joe getting reelected. He's got to pull something out of his ass next go around for it to happen.
He got 3 years to do some shit. So get all the mistakes out of the way early.
Yeah, check it out. Because again, and this is the key factor to it. Americans have a short attention span. Fact. A very, very short attention span, and the news cycle repeats over and over and over again. So the whole thing with Afghanistan that happened, they needed to take the heat off COVID. That's that's what needed to happen. Like you're not doing so well managing the border. Okay, all right, let's switch to the pandemic. Shit, you're not
Distraction.
doing too good about that. All right, let's start some shit off over here. You know, get the attention, and then work on this in behind the scenes. And
Hey, real talk. This is what the
they dropped the
Taliban was
ball
doing.
again.
They
Like
said they were doing this right here. Walk around the club, that's what the Taliban was doing. They was just like, hey, fuck
yo,
you, fuck
oh,
you. We
so
got this
these
shit.
these cats have their own Twitter, and they have their own Twitter, and they're parading around in freaking MRAPs on the
Oh,
streets.
you seen the blueberries I got on?
Oh my god!
Boy,
And I was like,
The pregnancy
what
blueberries.
is going on? Like is this crazy dimension? Like is this an episode of Rick and Morty? Like I gotta be in another dimension right now because I can't believe this is actually happening. So
So what do you think should have happened?
so what I think should have happened is what all military advisors are saying, like that Marine general that just resigned because
You said of his incompetence.
yeah, it was lack of leadership and incompetence in the upper echelon of leadership. So he should have left a support force behind, 1,000 people rotating in and out, and having Bagram still set up was the play.
I and here's the thing. I don't think we had to stay there long. I think literally we knew Taliban gonna take over. Whatever.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck at this point. Because these niggas not learning. We taught a whole generation.
Yep.
And they still don't know how to do this shit.
And
Okay,
and what's going
cool.
to end up happening is, and what I see in the news is that okay, now we're negotiating with the Taliban. We're negotiating with them
To get our
on
people back.
like, hey, stop killing people. Don't do this. Don't do that. We know that you guys are the powers that be right now because you took over. If you want to be recognized throughout the world, you need to follow these sets of rules. And they're like, "Fuck you guys." You know,
Like I
we're
said,
going
like I
to do what
said,
we want to do.
what
And
you
I
got
was
to
like,
do?
hey, does that sound familiar? That sounds very, very American of you guys. Like, fuck what everybody else is doing. We're gonna do
We
what
gonna
we
do it
want to
this
do.
way. And
Because
they
that's what y'all
just pulled-
because
they
that's what
pulled
y'all
it in
do.
America.
That's what y'all
They
do.
pulled it
We
US.
gonna do what we want to do. So I'm like, all right, like I guess, but hey, it's they crossed the line when they they took out our fellow brothers, and
Yeah.
that in itself like
That's an act of
infuriated me.
war.
Like
That's an act of war.
I was ghost for like 2 weeks straight, and I was like, this can't be freaking happening. Like
And then for us not do nothing about it.
yes,
Nah, bro.
well well
fam.
well a day later there was an airstrike, so
A
they
little
got
too late.
it was too late. And again, like you and I know how long it takes to coordinate an airstrike. You got to have intel on the ground and
Mhm.
all that stuff before the strike is even made. So you mean to tell me a day later, like
You
that
had
fast,
all that intel. ready to
all that
go.
intel that fast to hit a target? No, you motherfuckers knew all
Where
along
it was at.
what was going on, and then like you're like, okay, all right, we got targets of opportunity all over the place. Let's just strike here so people can so we can say that we did something.
It sounded like a Benghazi.
It is sounding like a Benghazi, and again, like
Real.
that's my conspiracy talk, King controversy, and let's just leave it at that before we get
Ladies and
a little bit deeper down the rabbit
Up,
hole.
bitch, shut up,
And
fam.
speaking of rabbit holes,
We too far.
Hey.
We too far in the hole.
We too deep in the matrix. I bad. We're pulling that. We're dialing back.
exactly, and you said it. We're way down the rabbit hole, but what y'all think about that Matrix 4 trailer?
Dog. First of all, you can't replace my nigga Morpheus. You
They
can't.
did. Well, Lawrence Fishburne, he's already, look, man, look.
I don't give a
So
fuck how old he is.
so
That nigga could be in a wheelchair acting.
for those
That's Morpheus, goddamn.
those that are watching, and those that really pay attention to the backstory of the Matrix, like that's like my favorite movie of all time. Um, so what the synopsis of it is basically all the younger people except for Trinity and Neo, their younger renditions of themselves. So Lawrence
Mm-hmm.
Fishburne, it's his character Morpheus is going
That's
to
an
be
age.
younger before he was put into to the Matrix. Everybody is a same characters, but younger versions of themselves, except for Trinity
Trinity and
and
Neo.
Neo. So far that we know.
I don't like it.
So and it's
So it's
gonna.
like it's basically like a prequel of the prequel.
So it's you know how the Wachowski brothers are, and I think the director is like either the sister of the Wachowski brothers or distant a relative. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but when I saw the credits, I was like, oh shit, that's a female's name. It might be a sister, but they're retelling. It's not retelling the whole story, but it's a reboot of the
How it
Matrix. So
started.
you know how like everything in the movie was a cycle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was a continuous cycle. The war still wages on, and at the end of Matrix Revolution, it was a truce. The war didn't end, but it was just a temporary
It's just
truce.
that's how all wars end. Just hey man, you
Yep.
don't want to fight no more. Nah,
It
I'm
was
done.
a an armistice deal. So it was a ceasefire.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll give you the chosen one, and
and
y'all stop
they
drugging
was
us.
right. They left it open to bring people back. But how they tell the story is going to be interesting. So how the storytelling is, that's what it needs to be about. So we'll
Now
see.
I am
I'm going to go
I
see it
am I'm
three
going to see
times.
it. You go call it now.
Yeah, I'm calling
Uh
now.
I am going to see it, but I ain't gonna lie, I was more excited to see that Lucifer is back on. I'm not
Oh,
On
gonna
Netflix. On
I
Netflix.
saw dog. Me and my wife binge watched it all day. We finished it. We did finish it.
Don't spoil it for me,
I
please.
ain't gonna spoil it for y'all, but I'm gonna let you know something. That shit fire. That
yeah.
shit fire.
So I still got to get through the other old seasons.
Oh man, you
I started watching like season 2, and like I got really got into it. So when what happened after season 2? It's like Eve Eve showed up.
oh you
I'm way
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 way.
back.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
What I
Get
need you to
WB
do
back.
all day. It's the weekend, okay? No
Yeah.
football. I mean, it's
Got
you
college football. Yeah.
got college, but if you ain't watching football, you need to be watching Lucifer from sun up to sundown to catch up, okay? Because you got to at least get to this season, at least get to this season,
Yeah.
because it's a good one. It's a good one.
All right. Enough of you jive turkeys talking about movies and
Chef, you gotta get in on it too.
Yeah.
listen here.
Yeah.
Listen here, god dang it. This is DJ Chef moment. That's what I'm gonna call it. God darn it. Listen
Okay.
here. This is what's going on this weekend.
You go steal Muffin's moment? Sorry. I just
Hey,
got it. I just got it. Hey, look.
the pettiness is real in Rob
Muffin,
today.
if you listening, if you watching this.
He's sorry. He is sorry. He is sorry. He is sorry.
Hey, we gotta give credit where credit due, damn it.
The Muffin moments were classic. Classic Jim.
Yeah.
Muffin moment revamped.
You know what I'm saying?
I just gotta call it.
I can't take nowhere, y'all. Can't take Rob nowhere.
Nope.
Your boy
Sorry.
DJ Chef is gonna.
Oh, what's up to the baby sister, Kayla? She's
Oh shit!
she was watching.
All right, all right.
Yep.
Well, check this out. Your boy DJ Chef is gonna give you some words of encouragement and blessings for this weekend. Listen here, loved ones, and all your friends and families out there, all your ratchet cousins and your ratchet uncles and your nieces and nephews. Take time out of your day to turn off all your devices.
Ooh, all of them.
All of them. Turn off the video games. Turn off the tablets. Pull out the dominoes. Pull out the Uno cards.
Oh, Bones?
Yeah.
Let's have
410 and 1 for Conan. What talking about?
let's go back to the old school ways of family bonding, because you know what I'm saying. This technology is taken away from family time. So I'm encouraging everybody this weekend and every other weekend. Rotate it. You know what I'm saying? Turn off the technology for a couple of hours
And
and
remember, it's just a game because people of color killed at dice games,
Craps, dice,
dominoes, and
spades,
and Uno.
bones.
and
Uno is pretty cutthroat. When you
Oh,
lay
cause
draw
niggas be
fours,
making up rules, man. I'm be real with y'all.
yeah,
Niggas be making up fucking rules. And they be cheating like a motherfucker.
yeah.
And then will tell me draw 4. That mean you can stack a draw 4,
Yep.
and it's a draw 8. No,
Family
nigga,
relationships are
draw 4.
ruined just like that over some Uno. Like I've gotten to heated battles with my friends. I'm like, you backstabbing. Like I thought we were friends, but
I thought we
ain't
was
no friends
cool. You gonna do a draw
in
4 on
Uno.
me, my nigga? Okay. Okay.
ladies
Don't
and
ever
gentlemen.
ask me for no more toilet paper at my crib.
So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, take some time out this weekend to take yourself out of the matrix. Unplug yourself real quick. Turn off those devices. Spend some quality family time. Hell, throw some pillows and some blankets down in the living room. Get your Royal Rumble on. Do some pretend wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Old school. Body slam your husband off the couch. You know what I'm
Unplug
saying?
from the
But
Matrix.
but be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
I can't be body slam.
You can hit it with a super kick. You know what I'm saying? You can hit it with a super kick. Yeah. Ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen,
man.
that's the DJ Chef Friendly Family Advisory for the weekend. Looks like Rob is over there about to get
My son about to jump me. He came out the dark
what's
from
up,
his
dude?
room. He came out the dark to my son.
Wrestling?
Remember me?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got 10 minutes and then we got a BET, as they say, wrap this thing up for the night. But if you're in the Dallas area, you tuned in, your boy DJ Chef will be live from Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Saying pull up, I might buy you a drink or two. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling generous.
Being generous.
Might give out a couple of rounds here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Mention perfectly balanced. It's free.
I like that. I like that.
Hey.
Let's talk about this money real quick before we get up out of here. We
got 9 minutes left.
PhD, pull up that chart for us real quick.
I got you.
Going on. Let's see what we got going on.
Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we are not financial advisors. We are not stockbrokers. We do not provide legitimate financial advice. If you are seeking legitimate financial advice, go talk to a specialist. Don't follow what we telling you over here, okay?
No,
I mean, you can because it's good information. However,
if you want to get started, we're gonna help you out.
Do your own research.
In the end.
So I'm gonna start this off by saying,
start with AMC for the folks.
yeah, we're gonna start off with AMC, but like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. All this information that we're going to give out to you is for entertainment purposes only and for informational purposes. So, do your own due diligence in collecting information about these stocks that we give you. I'm going to have you guys take a look at what my screen is, and this is the first time that we're doing this, and hopefully we kind of perfected it. But for the first thing we're going to talk about is AMC. If you ain't invested in AMC, you need to be, because it took off today. So it finally skyrocketed to 50. It's sitting at 50.16. So that's where it closed at today on Friday. Throughout the week, it's just been meeting its hallmarks. And again, the fundamental with AMC, we don't care about the fundamental plays that goes along with it. it's a potential short squeeze. So if you don't know what a
Shouts
short
out to
squeeze
Miss
is,
Johnson. Mama Johnson tuned in. Shouts out to Miss Johnson. What's going on, Mom?
so the potential short squeeze that's going to happen, look into that, and that's what people are talking about this stock for. If you don't know what's going on, I highly encourage you to look into it, and if you got the money, go ahead. Don't throw your whole life savings at it thinking that it's going to squeeze, because
Do like my
if
man KB said, start
yeah.
with $1,000.
Yeah.
That's all you
So if, like, for me, I'm not putting anything in here. I'm ready to watch the stock go to zero. If it goes to zero, and I'm
my
out
wife ain't gonna
a
do
certain amount of money, that's cool with me. Or it could squeeze to whatever the price that people are saying it potentially can go to. That's great. Um, right now, I'm up. I know everybody else in here is up. Um,
I'm not gonna say my personal numbers, but yep.
I'm not putting out my personal numbers out there, but all I can say is that I'm up,
I'm doing all
and
right for myself.
I'm gonna
um,
say DJ Chef is gonna say this. When I told you Joker's at $7, ride that lightning train, baby.
You
yeah.
got to ride it.
So
You feel that
if you
horse, you gotta
look,
ride it.
and one of the things that I really want to kind of show people is this price point right now. So the all time high that it was at for this year was 72.60. That was
Mhm.
in May or June. Let me zoom in here.
Close enough.
So that was in June, and that's crazy that it got to that high, and then it just dumped. It just got dumped down. So the short um it got shorted all the way down to like 30 something,
Hmm.
and
Y'all
and
just
again,
let
like,
her hold a couple of dollars. Let her
for
hold a
for
couple
people
of dollars.
for people that have been in since down here at 7 8, and at the beginning of the year in April, it didn't matter. You're still up.
Yeah.
Um, I initially started paying attention to it when it was going up to 70. I was like, oh shit. Let,
Now,
let,
remember we saw it. We
yeah,
had it at 8.
yeah.
At
And
fucking 8. And
look,
then I got out of it because I was impatient like a motherfucker, like
Yep.
dumbass. And then and then
good
it
old
went up
DJ
to
Chef.
like 20, and I was like, damn, I missed it. It just hit, I missed it. Then that bitch hit 70. I was like, ah, shit, I really missed it.
So,
That,
have some conviction at it. Don't lose any sleep over it. Like, put your money into it that you're willing to lose, and then leave it at that. So,
take
and
patience,
that's the hot stock
patience.
of the week, and it'll probably remain the hot stock for a minute now. So keep that in your
I,
back pocket.
Even
I got one more for you. I'm gonna go ahead and bless the folks with this one. A lot of folks ain't paying attention to it because me and the goat, me and my boy KB, we talked about this about a month ago. David Busters. It's gonna be under the word play. David Busters. if you ain't, if you ain't looked at David Busters.
DJ Top said, have y'all heard of Theta Coin? No, I haven't.
Theta
Have y'all
coin,
heard of Theta Coin?
Theta coin. Nah,
No,
I ain't never heard of that.
I ain't heard of that.
is it crypto?
I
It
believe it
seems like,
might be.
or
It seems
Theta
like it.
Token. My
Token,
bad. I said
yeah,
Theta
theta
Coin.
token,
Theta
theta
Uh,
Token.
token.
Yeah,
s-
I ain't never heard of that.
so what you got? So with Dave and Buster's,
That
Dave and Buster's is sitting at what, 38? It
38,
closed at
38,
38.
38.
No, 40. No, it closed at 38.
Yeah.
So what's up with it? Let's take a
So
look at what it's
so
like
so
in
so
the year.
so me and the boy KB
Yep.
2 weeks ago,
All right.
I had called him. I called him. I was like, hey, think about this one. David Buster. Like back home, David Buster. I said, yeah, Dallas, Texas. David
They got it
Buster's.
out here too. It's everywhere. It ain't just Dallas.
Well,
Yeah. They
for
got them
us
out here
folks,
too.
for us folks that know David Busters, everything's big in Texas. God darn it, you know what I'm saying? So again, we are not financial advisors. How I make my choices were to invest or to put my little pocket change here and there. I think like a consumer. Where's a place that I like to go and
All
hang
right.
out and spend my money?
Having convictions in your plays and having convictions in your investments is key. So if you believe in the company, if you believe in it, you you won't sell out of it. So no matter how the stock is doing, as long as you can believe into it, you believe in the company, you do whatever you want with your money, and that's a good tool. That's a great um, fundamental way to look at stocks. So like I'll look into this and see what's going on, but I think that there's a potential or short squeeze that's going on with it as well because of the pandemic. Pandemic
Mm-hmm.
happened and then it dropped out of nowhere right here.
It
Was it
wasn't out of nowhere.
March
It
20?
had to close.
Yeah,
March
it
20,
was
yeah,
it was
yeah,
getting ready
March
to
20.
ready to close, and they probably weren't turning a lot of profits, and so hedge funds were shorting it to close the business out, and then the apes got a hold of it and were like, hey, let's pump this one up. Don't let it fail. And now that we're halfway open, it jumped up in price, or it's going down, but
It's been teeter
like
totting at
this
30, at
this little
38,
ticker right here
35,
is
38.
crazy. Right here, it's a lot of like selling pressure down. So this red candle, there's a lot of selling pressure down, but it actually bumped up at the last. Was that is that today? Yeah, that's today's
Yep.
candle.
Mm-hmm. That's all
Um,
right. Dip.
Explain
Keep
what a
dipping.
candle is.
so
You know
yeah,
what? You gotta do your own research.
it got as high as 41, but it ended up closing at 35. That's crazy volatile.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a risky type of play. I would do a little bit more research on that one as the time goes by. But let's get into a little bit more safer plays or information.
First off,
Uh, I didn't talk about this last time, but Google. If you
Google,
guys look at these um, blue chip stocks like Google, Apple, Facebook, Tesla,
Amazon.
Amazon, Disney, they are all really, really good fundamental plays. But if you were
I bought
shitting
some
your
Amazon
pants
too.
today, if you were shitting your pants today, there is a potential market crash that's coming.
Yeah, I sold.
We're
Allegedly.
not.
I
I'm,
sold right back at it.
and again, like I'm not saying that it's you should sell off all of your shares or like don't invest into it. But like I said on Wednesday, it's due for a correction. These corrections happen from time to time. The market is overinflated.
It's
Like all
put
stocks,
season.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really 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 overinflated right now, and so the market is due for a correction. Um,
So do you think?
some hedge funds are over leveraged in trying to short AMC. They're going to have to liquidate their shares or liquidate their stocks to make up the money, and that's what is going to cause AMC to squeeze up in price. When I said
Mm-hmm.
the other day that the SPY is probably going to dip, and it's going to dip hard,
It
but
took a little
AMC is not.
$34 hit today, but
And today,
it's trending down.
yeah, it's trending down. And again, like today is a perfect point to where I was what I said Wednesday. I was like, the overall stock market is going to be in the red, but AMC is not. Like, how does that happen? It happens because everybody is liquidating
Like this.
their shares to
Cover, cover their losses.
to cover their losses for AMC because AMC, like this is the price point. AMC needed to get to 50 to have hedge funds like be shitting the brick, and next week is going to be a fucking wild ride. It's gonna be a wild ride. So
I love it.
Tesla,
I will.
Tesla is a good company, and again, like Tesla was one of those companies way back, like 5 years ago. It's way down here in well, it was $62, $50.
Didn't nobody believe in my boy,
Nobody
man.
believed in them.
That's because wait, you said how when? What was that?
This
5 years
is
ago.
this is 2017.
Oh
It's
shit!
like
So my
$35.
less is out.
Didn't nobody believe in my boy back then, man. He was trying to put everybody on. Like, look, just have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me.
Everybody said fuck you.
And now you look. Now the nigga done went to the moon. Well, not
Facts.
not to the moon. He done went
No,
to outer space.
you done went
Yeah.
to the moon several times. That nigga
So
just
yeah,
won't do that. He just can't.
Tesla's a banger of a company. But hey,
How much was them shares? 736. Oh my god.
736.27.
I might go on and give me a couple shares of that shit. Call
Yeah,
it a day.
dollar average price in, and I personally, I would, I'm waiting. Like I have shares in Tesla, but I don't even have a full share. But I'm dollar costing in. I'm average dollar costing in um, to build up my position in Tesla. So
Gotcha.
Google, Apple, Facebook, the Spy, Disney, Coinbase. Oh, so let's talk about cryptos. So cryptos, I predict, I don't know, and again, like I don't think this is going to happen, but if the stock market crashes like it did in 2008,
Hey.
2009,
Mm-hmm.
Crypto about to take the fuck off.
crypto is going to take the fuck off because it isn't
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Ethereum isn't really affected by the market, and that
Facts.
that is a
That's what
place.
makes it so scary to these traders, man.
Yep, that's what
They
makes it.
can't predict the shit. You can't
But
short.
if we're taking take a look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin got up to what was it 50 or no, it got up to 64,000.
Yeah, it got up there.
64,000. Damn.
Yeah.
But and again, like all cryptos are very volatile. Like you can expect for 80% swing either way. Um, and that's just the way it is. So if you take a look back a year ago, where was yeah, is at 10,000 for per coin.
Oh, 2017, man.
Let's take a look at it.
That shit was
2017.
at that shit was at 16. I think it spiked up to 16. Motherfuckers like that shit was crazy.
Let's
That
see.
shit at
Uh,
that shit at
so 2017, it opened up at 162. Is this fine? Let me take a look at the 5-year chart.
Nah, it was up higher than that. Cause
Uh,
that's when oh no. It wasn't. Was it 17? It was 17. 17, that shit hit like 16 grand.
wow.
And everybody went crazy.
Oh yeah. In 2018, um, yeah, it took off.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that was a
2017.
dude on the ship. That was a dude on the ship who invested a bunch in it in like
Uh,
'09 or some shit like
yeah.
that. Like early.
When it first started, yeah.
When it
Mm-hmm.
first came out after that movie
The
Dope
cycle
came out.
movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Invested a bunch of into it, bro. That nigga woke up one day and said, "Oh shit, I'm a millionaire." Oh, you ain't shit. That's and then still in the Navy. What the fuck?
Yep.
Why are you here? That motherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, well, you know what? You're right, Chef.
Yep.
We running over time again. We sorry. You know our it sometimes just be flowing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It just be flowing.
Not
Anyway,
scripted. We just flowing.
yeah, we just flowing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode. I want to say thank you to all of our listeners out there. Everybody watching this, tuned in live to our Facebook live. We also live on Twitch and a bunch of other places too. Thank you for listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Anchor, all the podcast platforms out there, Spotify. We appreciate you, love you. Keep listening, keep doing your thing. Make sure you keep locking in with us. Follow us on Instagram at Purpose Balance Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Facebook at Purpose Balance, which is a pound of brown people have a good conversation over here. I'm the host, Rob. Who else we got in the building?
You know who it is. It's going down tonight, y'all. Freaky Friday, man. Pull up on your boy DJ Chef, Addison Point, Dallas, Texas, Addison, Texas, Beltline Road. Let's go.
And it's me, KG, aka DJ KG, Dr. Graves, no PhD, in the building, and you know it's me. All right,
Bars.
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 Hey, we'll see y'all next time, all right? Peace.
Peace.
Recording stopped.
All right, y'all.
Peace, and chicken grease. I got to get ready. I got to head out.
All right, brother.
Do your thing, man.
Yep.
See you
Yep.
later. Peace.
Yep.
Peace, y'all.